Hey guys, I have a new video for you today, and the video is gonna be a book discussion, or I'm gonna be answering a question. So Anjana, Juhaina and Farah and Amber Pepper are hosting this summer book talk, and I'm asked to be a part of it, and I should answer what do boys or guys look for in YA novels, what makes it good for them, what makes it bad. So I'm gonna be talking about such stuff in this video. I prefer books that are written in first-person point of view, but that doesn't mean that third-person books are not good. Like, for example, Harry Potter, it's written in third person and it's my favorite series. So it doesn't really have to be, it works as a part of our author's writing style. And what do I prefer, girls narrating a book or boys narrating a book? Well, honestly, it doesn't matter to me, but there are a few things I'd like to talk about. It's refreshing for us boys to see a different perspective. We all know about how guys think and stuff, so it's nice to see what runs inside the mind of a girl. So what's bad about having a girl narrator? I have two reasons actually, and the first one is that being over whiny. Sometimes girl characters can be really whiny. For example, take New Moon, and remember when Edward left Bella and she used to talk about how depressed she was and how dark she viewed the world and blah 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 blah. That can be really bad. Okay, you have the right to be depressed and everything, but just don't overdo it. That's one thing. The second thing is that girl characters can look at things in a different way. So let's say she looks at a scenery or a beautiful place. She can go on describing forever about how beautiful she finds this. That's not a good thing. It can become really boring and we go like, get on with it. We want to know what happens next. On to the boys. So what's good about having a boy narrator? I actually have two reasons. The first one is that they stick to the point. They don't over describe, they just go straight to the point. He loves a girl, he loves a girl. He wants to go to a party, he wants to go to a party. He wants to fight the villain, he fights the villain. No over describing. Sometimes they don't even have conflict. The second thing is they describe fighting scenes more. There's more action when they speak. So for example, you can see him describing a sword or a rifle, anything. They describe the weapons and action more because they like action. As for the problems of having a boy narrator, what are they? So I'm not being biased or anything, but I can't find any. I tried even asking some girls what they find, what problems they find when having a boy narrator, and they couldn't give me any, so I don't have one. The characters. So we need to have a variety of characters in my opinion, not just one or two. Well, that's unlikely, but I like to have lots of characters. That's one. Two, there should be of course boys and girls, but I like certain things about girls and certain things about guys. First thing, girl characters. I hate it when an author writes a character who is really helpless. They have to do something. It's not only the boy who has to do everything and save her. Do something. Don't just sit around watching the boy fight for you. I'm not asking to have girl characters who are physically strong, okay? All characters are flawed, not everyone is perfect, and I think that's a really important thing. What are good things about boy characters? First of all, they're mostly described as strong, physically powerful. That's necessary, yes. I respect every author who writes a boy character who's strong, because boys should not be weak. I mean, there are weak boys, but I hate boy characters who run away from their problems. That's just really annoying. And I think there should be a humorous boy or girl, it doesn't matter, just to light things up in the story. Sorry, I lost footage from the previous video, so I had to film this again. But anyway, what do I hate about boy characters? I hate it when authors write a boy character who's completely rude. Right now I can only think of Jace from the Mortal Instruments, but I respect every author, he or her, who make a world write a story. It's their characters, they have the right to do whatever they want, but I think this trend should go away that boys are really rude. I mean, okay, it sometimes works, but not all the time, and I'm against that one. Villains. I think villains are even more important than heroes. So there are some villains that you just love, and I'm not joking. I just love some villains. Voldemort, Bellatrix. We have the villains from The Knife of Never Letting Go, They Ask and They Answer, and Monsters of Men. I don't recall their names, but they're really creepy and I really I love them. You might think I'm crazy for loving a villain, but no. Some authors just perfectly write villains. J.K. Rowling from Harry Potter, she just perfectly writes Bellatrix and Voldemort that you get scared while you're reading. They put an impact on you. Whenever you hear their name, you go scared. You go, wow. You know what I mean? So I think that villains should be really well developed. I think that they have a great impact on the story, and without a villain who's strong and creepy, you can't have a good story. Story. Now we have lots of types of stories in YA, but the ones that are trending mostly now are paranormal. So what do I think of paranormal stories? I think they're fine. I don't mind paranormal stories, but when you have a girl character talking about how much she loves a boy, and she keeps on talking about it and talking about it and talking about it and keeps on staring at his body and describing it to us, and please stop doing that. The authors just fill up pages describing a boy. And don't you think when a boy reads such a story, it makes him sick? I don't know about you, but I think it's really creepy reading such things. Dystopia. Right now, dystopia is my favorite type of genre. I love them for they have awesome kick-ass characters, they have amazing villains, they have world building that's unbelievable, awesome plot, awesome twists and turns. So I think dystopia is my favorite genre right now. I'm not saying it's ever, and I will read much more dystopia because Hunger Games, Divergent, Legend, these are some of my favorite dystopians, and I will surely read much more.
Up and down and up and down and up and down. Down and up and down and up and down and up and down.
Love triangles. So what do I think about love triangles? Well, I actually don't mind them, but recently they're just becoming way too much in a really annoying way. I mean, almost every single author wants to have a love triangle in his or her book. And yes, his or her. It used to be women, and now men are even putting love triangles in their stories. And that's not a good thing. Okay, they work really well in some books and novels, yes, I agree with that. But every single book doesn't have to have one. You can make your book better in lots of other ways. So don't go to love triangles because I'm starting to get sick of them. I'm sure many other people are as well. The ending of a book or a series. What do I look for in an ending? First of all, obviously most of the time there's a war coming. So when the war approaches, I think that the good people have to die and not only the bad people. That's a really important thing. I really don't like happily ever afters. I don't want it to be a tragedy. It should be somewhere in between. Also, I'd like some of the main characters to physically or emotionally change. They can't be the same characters because war changes them or some stuff like that. Sacrifice should be made. Book ideas. So in my opinion, I think that you shouldn't read a book to compare it to other books. I mean, all authors have ideas inspired from each other. So not any book is completely unique. You have ideas from here, from there, from this book, from that book. So always read a book with an open mind. That's how I think you should approach a YA book. Because if you're looking for a completely original novel, you can't find one. Hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you agree with me, so bye. Hey guys, I have a new video for you today, and today's video is gonna be a book discussion. or I'm gonna be answering a question. So Anjana, Juhaina and Farah and Amber Pepper are hosting this summer book talk, and I'm asked to be a part of it, and I should answer what do boys or guys look for in YA novels, what makes it good for them, what makes it bad. So I'm gonna be talking about such stuff in this video. I hope you like it.